Texas. Okay, nobody's going to see this part. We're editing all this stuff out.
Okay.
We just, every time we look at this, just consider we can cut it out. So, anyway, it makes things easier. So, okay, so we've gotten married. If you didn't know that, it's okay. But I normally made vlogs, and I wanted to make another one, and I thought, well, why not just have my wife in it, and we'll talk about being married. Now, this isn't supposed to be marriage advice for anybody, and this isn't the ideal situation or anything like that. We're not touting this as anything other than this is how things are working out for us, and if you like it, great. If you find something in it you want to apply, okay, but no guarantees. Anyway, so, and this isn't biblical advice or anything like that. This is just, hey, this is how things are going. So anyway, but so anyway, my wife Kayla,
Hi.
and we're going to be talking about what we've experienced being newlyweds. So the first thing as far as changes is changes in all the relationships in our lives, with each other, and then with our friends and with our families. And with families, I think, is the first one, because there's the whole biblical concept that we practice of, this is why a man leaves his father and mother and bonds with his wife, and they become one flesh. And so leaving and cleaving. So I've left my parents, came to the big city, got married, and now I've got my wife. So we're not, that in and of itself is a huge change. I'm not just like my father's child anymore or anything like that. I'm my own man, we got our own family. And that's different for our parents, for our friends, for our families. My relationship with my sister is different now. She's married, has a kid, has her own husband, and we communicate on a different level. It's like we get it now. We're on the same page. With my parents, I'm having conversations with my dad on a totally different maturity level than I had as an adult, single, and with a whole different understanding on life. And it's really neat. It's like the older I get, the smarter my parents become. And anyway, would you say it's the same thing for you?
Yeah, pretty much. I didn't really expect things to change as much as they did. Everyone could tell me, but things are going to be so different. I'm like, no, we're moving down the street, nothing's going to be wrong. Yeah, it's definitely very different. Dynamics have definitely changed. Definitely, I still talk to everyone, of course, but it's just weird how Josh and I spend our time now. It's a lot different, and we definitely budget our time in much different ways.
Oh my gosh, I never looked at a calendar before I made decisions. I never wrote things down before. But, as a married person, when you're spending time together, you live together, and it's not like having a roommate. Roommate you can ignore. Kayla brought this up. You come in, you're having a bad day, you've got your own life. You can just come in and go straight to sleep. I did that. Chance, my old roommate, he knows that. I'd come home, I'd go straight to bed. I wouldn't even talk and be like, I'm tired. It'd be 8 or 9. And he'd just be like, okay, I'll keep things down. But we want to be involved in each other's lives, and if you don't, why are you married? And as you spend time together and you connect more, that want grows. Mm-hmm. So no matter what's happening, we don't have individual lives. We think of it as one life together. And that's change we've experienced in a big way. We were just talking about, we don't think as individuals anymore. We think as a couple. And that's huge. Because if our relationship was based on trade-offs, well, today you want to do this, so we'll do this. Tomorrow we'll do what I want to do. Now it's, we kind of discarded things that were individual interests for the sake of things that we want together. And we sat down and talked about our goals, during our dating relationship. Mm-hmm. And so it's like, okay, we want to do this. We like this, or we don't like that. And it works. And now, I'm sure there's older married couples that are like, that'll work for a while. Or, for us, we do something different. And I'm sure there are other couples who do other things. But this is the way things are with us so far. We like it. Yeah. Notice what I did there? We like it. Anyway, let me look at this again. But yeah, for families, so there's leave and cleave, and something I was thinking about is what is it like, and I don't know this, I wonder what it's like for our parents as they watch us, our nuclear family is supposed to be father, mother, kids. Your nuclear family, just right there, becomes your extended family. That would be like your grandparents, your cousins, aunts, and uncles. Our parents are in that category now. So we're more estranged, but that's a good thing. As we're supposed to branch out and become our own family and make our own family. We're wanting to have kids and branch that out. Now we've become more distant from our parents, and our relationship dynamics have completely re-engineered. And that's fine. That's what it's supposed to be. But that's got to be different. I mean, I guess that's why some parents struggle with empty nester syndrome. But I mean, hopefully ours aren't going through it as bad because we both moved out and lived on our own for a while.
It's definitely been good, and there's been good and bad aspects, I think, that they've been experiencing. I mean, for one, yes, it's kind of a loss of a child somewhat because the dynamic is totally different, and you have this new person in their life, and then they're kind of taking over their time. But then you also can look at it and say, well, okay, I've gained a son or daughter. And so it's not just they're leaving to this random person, but you actually have gained someone in your family. So whereas you don't really see them as much maybe, or you're not as close, you still have more of a family, and the family has grown. And then hopefully with children in the future, it grows even more. So that's what I like about it.
That's so cool. I can't imagine, I was just thinking, I can't imagine what it would be like to be a parent, watch your son or daughter grow up, and then have them get married, and now all of a sudden they're literally inseparable from somebody else. So now you have not just your son or not just your daughter, but now it's them and their wife or them and their husband. So now it's, I guess for my parents it would be, instead of just our son Josh, it's Josh and his wife are coming over. So you never really have that.
Yeah.
It's never the same again.
Yeah.
And so anyway, hopefully you like them. My parents love. So, and then friends. As far as friends, do you want to take that one? Or I'll lead off. Friendships, those are definitely different. I mean, I thinking about it, as singles, we had mostly single friends. I don't think I had hardly any married friends that I spent time with. And
you always wondered why, whenever you guys, were at school or you're leaving, and they're like, "Oh, no, I think I'm gonna go home and see my spouse," and you're like, "Oh, that's lame. Why don't you come out and have fun?" Okay, we totally get it now. It makes so much more sense as to why you do want to go home and spend time with that person, especially after a long day. You haven't seen them. You're tired. And really, you just want to go home and watch X-Files or something.
Yeah, which is what we do now.
Yeah.
But yeah, you totally feel like you're sort of lonely without that person because they are your home. I mean, you're not the apartment, not the house, but that person is your home.
Yeah.
And we're running out of time. So we're going to post a part 2 to this, and we're going to finish our thoughts. But so far, this is what we got.